Today, we're gonna win. We're gonna fight.
There's a football coach, and then there's the football coach at Notre Dame. Because nobody does it like Notre Dame.
Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly is presented by CBTS and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Geico, Mazda, Meyer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
We've talked about this for about a year and a half now. You develop a confidence and a will and a desire to win. You develop that. You build that. Today was another example of 15-12 on the road, believing no matter what the circumstances, we're going to find a way to win. And there was no quit. There was battle the entire 4 quarters. On the road, 15-12, I'll take it any way you can get it. Anytime you get a win on the road, you got to feel good about that. Remember what we said at halftime, the will to win. The will to win. You're developing that. Just watch out. When you get that down and you have that, good things will happen to you. So keep that will and that desire, because if you do that, good things are going to happen. Nice win.
Irish head coach Brian Kelly talking to his team in the locker room after Notre Dame's come-from-behind road victory at Pitt on Saturday. Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan. Before the Irish headed off to the Steel City, Coach Kelly made sure his team would have the focus and emotion necessary to beat a longtime rival with a great football tradition.
Going to Pittsburgh, I have to remind our football team that they've got a lot of Heisman Trophy winners. They've got a lot of tradition. They've had great success in playing Notre Dame at home. We needed to make sure that our guys were going to come ready emotionally. We know physically they're going to go in there and battle, but sometimes you've got to be an emotional spirit to the game as well, and so sometimes we have to remind them of that.
There's a line that separates the mighty from the meek, and the heroes from the humble. One very thin line. These are the moments you don't want to miss, and with Xfinity, you never will.
Sign up for the HD Premier XF Triple Play with NFL Red Zone and NFL Network included, and get up to $200 back. Or ask about our other bundles starting as low as $99 a month for a year. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
AT&T and Verizon charge you extra for going over 2 gigabytes of data. T-Mobile slows down your data speed. With Sprint, you don't get charged extra and you don't slow down. And you get unlimited data, text, and calling to any mobile for only $79.99. The best unlimited plan wins. Make the most of unlimited data with a brilliant screen on a pencil-thin phone. Introducing the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch.
"40 years. 14,610 days. 1.2 billion seconds of Gatorade science, passion, and evolution. All for the 1 second you needed. The G-Series. Prime, perform, recover.
Downloading music can be expensive, so to save money, I've trained my dog and this cockatoo to play all the hits of the 80s. Hit it, Mr. Butters.
There's an easier way to save. Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is the kind of truck that has it all. Guess that means you can do it all. It's the Chevy Season of Doing. Now combine the All-Star Edition discount with other offers for a total value of $6,000. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 cash allowance on all Silverado models. Get to your Chevy dealer and get that truck today.
It became clear very early in Saturday's game that the Pittsburgh coaching staff had made a decision that Michael Floyd was not going to beat the Panthers in the 67th meeting between Notre Dame and Pitt. Floyd caught 3 passes on Notre Dame's first 4 plays of the game, but did not catch another until Notre Dame's third to last play of the game.
We'll spend a lot of time this week looking at all scenarios that keeps Michael Floyd. That's my job, to keep Michael Floyd in the game, even if you say, you know, we're going to spend a lot of attention to him.
Tommy Rees is taking steps each week, but on your next possession, he gets sacked and fumbled again. What kinds of things does he need to do, and can you do as a coaching staff to get him into a situation, because you're going to get sacked, but where you can hold on to the football?
There were a couple of things out there on Saturday that he had not seen a lot of. They brought the linebacker up to one side, thinking that they were going to bring pressure, and it actually came from the other side. That was the sack. The things that get Tommy are really first-time experiences. The nice part about it with Tommy is after he sees it, he's generally going to beat you because he doesn't make the same mistake twice.
You've talked about you're building this program with defense as a foundation. So there you are. It's a turnover on your own 23-yard line on their home field, and your defense comes out and pushes them 5 yards back.
Great sudden change defense. They've been that way all year. They've developed a mentality. And again, when you have some confidence, in other words, you've had some stops, it just, it builds it even deeper and stronger. It's almost now a badge of honor when they go out there. They want to make sure that they keep you out of the end zone. It's a great attitude to have on defense.
Until Saturday, Jonas Gray was known as the guy who fumbled against South Florida. And you pulled him aside after that game and said, you can do one of two things, be remembered for this or bounce back and be remembered for something else. I think he's going to be remembered for something else.
Helped us win the football game. Great run, showed great speed for his size. And again, you know, he is filling a role for us. He's not our starter, but when we call upon him, we expect him to play big for us, and, you know, obviously had the big run.
Now, there was one more turnover for you in the game, and you're driving again right down the field. Tyler was open, but the ball didn't get there in time.
Tommy had to step up, and when he stepped up, he was late on the throw. That's one that he's just got to step up and probably tuck the ball and run and get 5-6 yards and live for another day, because it was 1st and 10, and you can't turn the ball over there. The read was right. All those things were correct. Again, experience along the way. Unfortunately, we've got to deal with some of these right now and just be patient with them, because when he gets through them, you know, he's obviously going to do some great things for us.
Coach Kelly used the interception as a teaching moment for Tommy Rees, and there was an obvious improvement in Rees' throwing decisions the rest of the game.
Yeah, he did a very nice job, and of course we took some of that out of his hands. We ran the ball because they were so committed to coverage. I think managing the calls on 3rd down, putting Tommy in a position, and then staying out of those 3rd and longs. As you know, after that, we got them all into very manageable situations. I think we picked up 5 or 6 in a row, 3rd and short situations. That's where Tommy will be best.
You know, I've been looking at the numbers, and I think our campus is spending too much money on printing. I'd like to put you in charge of cutting costs. Calm down. I know that it is not your job. What I'm saying, excuse me? All right, fine. No, you don't have to do it, okay?
Notre Dame knows it's better for Xerox to control their printing costs so they can focus on winning on and off the field.
Are you sure I can't? Okay, no, I get it.
With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
Biggest fan, you know that.
Oh, you're the best, Mr. Snuggles.
Another pet name?
You're right, Puggle Wuggle. Hey, Wiggly.
All right, I'm smart enough to notice that my favorite fresh brewed Mickey D's sweet tea is now on the $1 menu, along with that juicy McDouble. So I'm smart enough for this. You're the best too, sweet tea. high?
Oh, Chipmunk.
Nicely done, Chipmunk. Sweet tea and McDonald's dollar menu. The simple joy of being smart.
Meet the Mazda CX-9. Room for 7. Sophisticated and thoughtfully engineered by a team of gearheads and car fanatics who only build SUVs worth driving. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? Now get the Mazda CX-9 with 0% APR for 60 months.
So.
I love this card. With the Bank AmeriCard Cash Rewards credit card,
we earn more cash back for the things we buy most.
That's 1% cash back everywhere, every time.
2% on groceries.
3% on gas, automatically. No hoops to jump through.
That's 1% cash back on Oscar.
Tony.
Oscar.
2% back on whatever she'll eat.
3% back on filling up this baby.
Now get 1, 2, 3% cash back.
It's that simple.
Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
We're talking 3% back on gas.
Now, at halftime, you've dominated the game. You've got 258 yards in total offense, and yet you only lead 7-6. What do you tell your team in that situation?
It's going to be a battle now. We've had some opportunities that we haven't capitalized on. You're on the road. The first drive is the most important. And, of course, we come out and we do a great job defensively in 3 and out. And you could sense right there we're going to get great field position. We've probably captured the momentum. And, of course, we make a big mistake.
That's tough for defense to come out that well, and through no fault of their own, you got to go back on the field. Now, Pittsburgh scores, but your defense made them run 19 plays to do it.
It took probably 8 minutes or so off the clock and really shortened the game.
11:28 left in the game. You guys have struggled a bit on offense. You get the ball back, and you start a terrific drive, and you start it with a pass to a guy I know you really like, who hasn't played a lot, but Robbie Toma.
Great read. You know, we were running 2 verticals into the boundary with Tyler Eifert and Michael Floyd. And of course, you know you're going to spend a lot of attention on those 2 guys going vertical. Picked up 16 yards on first down, which really got us good field position.
And Tommy, who had not had a good game, but he's also aware of the situation, he then proceeds to go 8 for 8 on the drive for 74 yards.
So, you know, you can call it whatever you want, but he becomes more of a clutch player in those situations, and he makes the throws and finds a way to get it done, and obviously did it again this Saturday.
Another guy stepped up, like Riddick, who made a terrific catch on that 16-yard gain.
Yes, he did.
Eifert, 4 catches for 34 yards, caught the TD in traffic.
Tommy likes to go to him because he's a big target. He uses his body well. He shields off defenders. And again, when you're doubling on the perimeter on the outside, you're going to leave some linebackers in coverage, and you can't cover Tyler Eifert with a linebacker.
It's a clear momentum shift, and your defense looked like it couldn't wait to get back on the field.
It's that group that understands that at the end of the game they're going to throw the ball. We can get our nickel in there. We get some of those pass rushers in there.
And one of those pass rushers is Aaron Lynch, and he came up with another big sack.
He continues to be the pressure that we need in the 4 down, because it allows us to do so many great things on the back end.
And Shembo had the huge sack, one of many big plays for him. You didn't have him last week. And on the sidelines, you guys made a good decision right there to ensure that the sack was actually recorded.
I thought it was worth the gamble. It was really close when I saw it. You know, some of our guys felt up in the box that you know, that his knee was down or was close enough to give it a shot.
So now I've got the ball back with 2:24 left. You want to kill the clock, and your offense does it, and they make some big plays in the process.
In particular, we wanted to finish the game off, and we had to make a decision. Are we going to just run this and punt the football on 4th, or we're going to try to get this? And made a decision that we wanted to try to end the game, so we threw it on 3rd down, came up with about 8 yards. You know, took that timeout that we had, you know, kept because of the challenge, and said, let's get this thing done.
And the Irish did get it done. There is your final score. The Irish win at 15-12. Notre Dame has now won 3 of its last 4 games against Pittsburgh in Heinz Field. Your UND.com final stats show the Irish dominating in total offense, rushing yards, and passing yards, while surviving losing the turnover battle 2-0 thanks to a stellar sudden change defense. When we return, we'll hear from some of the key offensive players responsible for the game-winning drive against Pittsburgh. But before we go to break, this Just the Facts stat is another indication of just how much progress the Notre Dame defense has made since Coach Kelly arrived on campus.
our goal is to come and, win everywhere we go. And, Pittsburgh, played hard, and we knew it was going to be a dogfight, and then we'd have to close it there at the end. So it feels good to finish it out in the fourth quarter. At halftime, Coach said it's going to go down to the fourth quarter, and, it did, and we were, able to close it out.
Notre Dame's offensive line has a right to be proud of the 5.7 yards per rush the team averaged on Saturday and clearing the way for Tommy Rees to pick up the first down on 2 4th-and-1 situations in the second half, including the one that sealed the victory. The line also shares the pride of the entire offense that the team was able to march 85 yards in 11 plays to come from behind on the road and take the lead for good in the fourth quarter.
We knew we had to score. We knew we couldn't. They had the ball out of the third quarter, and we stalled them a couple early drives in the third quarter. And Tommy went out there and found Eifert 5 or 6 times, and we protected him. So we were just kind of in sync that last drive.
I just wanted to come back out and play well in the second half, and knowing the guys were counting on me to come out and play well. And it's just it's time for me to step up a little bit and make some plays for our offense. And, the coaches did a good job of calling in plays that we were comfortable with and taking advantage of their defense. And it was a critical point of the game, and we just wanted to go down there and score. And we knew we needed a touchdown to win the game.
It's just figuring out what they're doing and adjusting. I wasn't surprised. I turned, showed Tommy my numbers, and there was a window there, and he squeezed it in.
When Inside Notre Dame Football returns, you'll hear Coach Kelly's speech to his team before the Irish took the field in Pittsburgh. But first, we want to feature the efforts of one Irish player who has been recognized for his charitable work. Senior quarterback Dane Christ has been named to the 2011 All-State AFCA Good Works team. The senior from California is one of 22 players from all levels of college football selected for their off-the-field contributions to their community.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do people use smartphones to do dumb things?
Send, that is the weekend.
Yeah,
Will allow me to crack the bubbly.
Don't mind if I do.
Hey, is a gentleman with a bro stash invited to this party?
Only if he's ready to rock.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This is the kind of truck that has it all. Guess that means you can do it all. It's the Chevy Season of Doing. Now combine the All-Star Edition discount with other offers for a total value of $6,000. Or qualified buyers can get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 cash allowance on all Silverado models. Get to your Chevy dealer and get that truck today.
You've always heard that coaches give their team a pregame speech, but have you ever actually heard a Notre Dame coach give his pregame speech? If not, you are in luck, because this week's Irish Connection segment is about to take you inside Notre Dame's pregame locker room in Pittsburgh.
You all know me well enough. You know there's only one way that we're going to play this game today. There's only one way. We're getting after it every single play. There is no up and down play. We didn't get off to a great start. This is about intrinsic motivation. This is about what's inside of you. You want to play this game, you play it the right way. You go out there, it's a battle of wills today. Are you going to let Pittsburgh's will take over the day? You know you're stronger. You know you're tougher. Now you got to go do that. That's why they play the games. They don't play them on paper. They make you go play it. Go play the game the way it's meant to be played. You know that. Physical, smart, 4 quarters. No more talking. Let's start doing.
The game was a battle of wills, and when it was over, the Irish proved they were, in fact, what Coach Kelly said they were before the game, the stronger team. This pregame look into the Irish locker room is one more example of the kind of expanded, exclusive, behind-the-scenes coverage you can expect on Irish Connection, the new bi-weekly program on UND.com. Now, one of the stars of Saturday's game was Prince Shembo, who came up with a career-high 6 tackles and a huge sack on Pittsburgh's final possession. That performance earned Prince the honor of participating in this week's 60-second drill. Favorite all-time movie?
Bad Boys 2.
First car you ever drove?
Toyota 4Runner.
Player on the team most like you?
Darius Fleming.
Team you are looking forward to playing the most this season?
All of them.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Roscoe Dash.
Favorite class?
Oh my God. French.
Favorite sports team?
Ravens.
Best nickname on the team and who has it?
Me, Blade.
One thing you always hear from Coach Kelly at practice?
Francis, tag off.
Player most likely to surprise Irish fans this season?
Sierra Wood.
Best singer on the team?
Dang, I just had this one. Kona Swinky.
Best dancer on the team?
Theo Riddick.
Best comedian on the team?
Jonas Gray.
Best dresser on the team?
Sierra Wood.
Worst dresser on the team?
Tyler Stockton.
Hardest hitter on the team?
Ooh. Me.
Player on the team most likely to become a football coach?
Dan Fox.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
Playing football games.
Prince Shebo, you've completed 60 seconds at Inside Notre Dame Football. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fresh, juicy lemons. Ripe, plump tomatoes. Crisp, delicious vegetables. Sweet, flavorful fruit. Is it possible for kids to actually like eating their fruits and vegetables? Just ask the Serbins family, Meijer shoppers since 1991. So come shop Meijer for over 650 varieties of produce daily. Meijer, higher standards, lower prices.
At Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, our members have a lot on their minds. Take Josh here, chatting with a client while searching for office space and reviewing resumes. Then there's Ashley, who just got a text from Zach, who's like so cute to tell her he's going to be at the concert, but she still has that paper to turn in. Meanwhile, Brandon is applying to grad school and hunting for something sparkly so he can ask the lovely Kayla a very important question. Here's the deal. We totally get that you got a lot on your plate. That's why our services are here to lighten your load. Free online, text, and mobile banking, credit cards, student loans, and more. Just do your thing. We got this. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
It's time now for this week's Ask Coach Kelly question, presented by CBTS. Kevin McCarthy of Eugene, Oregon asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the team in terms of fundamentals and mental toughness?
I would say that we're moving towards that 7 scale, somewhere in that higher echelon. We're not a 8, 9, or 10 yet, but we weren't very high in that number when we first started on this journey. But we're continually moving up that scale, and we're getting tougher mentally and understanding how the fundamentals are important.
Now, if you would like to send in a question for Coach Kelly, just log on to UND.com and click on Ask Coach Kelly in the rotating boxes on the main page. Next up for the Irish, another road test on Saturday night in West Lafayette, when the Irish will take on a well-rested 2-1 Purdue Boilermaker team.
It'll be a charged atmosphere, one that we know that we get wherever we go. So we'll have to be prepared for Purdue's best shot.
This defense is playing very well right now, but in your mind, what is the next step you want to see them take?
We got to play a little bit better in space at times and pass coverage. We're doing such an awesome job defensively against the rush. I think there's room for improvement on the perimeter, playing the ball in the air.
I don't think fans understand what a great job Tommy Rees did to step up and lead that drive on the road in a hostile environment and lead you to victory. What's the next step you want to see him take this week and this weekend?
You know, anytime you talk about your quarterback, it's leadership, it's a confidence level that he's going to find a way to win. Because remember, he's 6-1 as a starter. That's pretty good for a young kid that's only played in 8 or 9 games. So continue to develop, keep learning, and we'll be in pretty good shape.
Of course, we'll have all the highlights of the Notre Dame-Purdue game on the next edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. Until then, thanks for watching, and as always, go Irish. Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly has been presented by CBTS and brought to you by Team Notre Dame members Adidas, Gatorade, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Sprint, and Xerox. Inside Notre Dame Football is also sponsored by Bank of America, Xfinity from Comcast, Geico, Mazda, Meijer, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and Sirius XM Satellite Radio.